The views expressed on Talk Real Solutions, hosted by Tyrone Thompson at talkrealsolutions.com, are the views of Tyrone Thompson and do not reflect the views of talkrealsolutions.com, YouTube, or etc. The content here belongs to Talk Real Solutions and its many contributors. Views and opinions expressed by all contributors belong to them and not talkrealsolutions.com or Tyrone Thompson, the host, or etc. All data and information provided on the site is for informational purposes only. Talk Real Solutions makes no representations as to accuracy, completeness, correctness, suitability, or validity of any information on this site and will not be liable for any errors, omissions, or delays in this information or any losses, injuries, or damages arising from its display or use. All information is provided on an as-is basis.
In a world where there's crime, corruption, violence, murder, rape, theft, and all forms of atrocities that plague the world in which we live in today, what you're witnessing, we are living in a state of chaos. Can't take a more great or extreme of chaos to restore the order in which the world we live in today.
What's good, everybody? This is Chaos Rain here. I'm back. And tonight is tonight. We're going to have this very much uncomfortable conversation. This conversation is not for the faint of heart. It is not for the weak. It is not for the type that has a certain itch and a sense of triggers where they're going to go out their chairs and really want to go around and do undastardly deeds in regards to the anger and frustration of what they hear through the mouth of these airwaves. This is the show for y'all. But before we go into today's stream, to follow me, these are links to follow the Chaos Rain Show. You can follow me on Twitter at Chaos Rain 7. Follow me on Facebook, Eric Rain on Facebook. And one thing I do want to add, and I will put it in the chat room and in the description, join my Rumble page. The name for Rumble is C Rain 23. So please, follow me on Rumble. And let me say about Rumble, for those that's not understanding or clear. For all you naysayers or those people that are too comfortable, bring your butt over Rumble right now. Because right now, Rumble is going to be the official place for real hardcore, I would say, uncensored material. And I mean, when I mean uncensored, you're going to hear words like F, C, K, B's, the A's, all these words. You must make or carry yourself to Rumble. Because it's only going to get as raw as it get over there. And I know most people heard Rumble, they don't really look into Rumble because they're still comfortable over here because it's PG and this is where the action at. But I'm telling people, you're not getting no action on this little kitty apps. And y'all know the kitty apps I'm talking about. And I'm not going to name the apps that y'all like to use or consume. But those apps are soft. So please, follow me on Rumble today. I'll put the links now for those that to follow. What else And join Discord servers of the Chaos Rain show as well. Hold on a second. Hold on. All right, so let's check it. I'm just checking some right now. Okay, that forgave. Oh yeah, and I got also content on the podcast side of things: Anchor, Rumble, Spotify, you name it. So those are all links. And am I missing something? Let me see. No, I don't think I missed anything else. And make sure you subscribe to the Chaos Rain show on YouTube as well. You know, when you hit the red button, hit the top notification bell for uploads and live streams here on the Chaos Rain show. And please like, comment as well. Especially leave comments on the videos. Because there's a lot of conversation that goes on here. And like always, I have not said this and I have not emphasized this. I'm not here to, you know, to keep your attention span low. I'm here to raise your attention span. Because your attention span, as we know it, right now is not even hitting over 25 seconds. It's getting lower and lower. And we all know the danger is once you reach a threshold of under 5 seconds, you are screwed. I ain't going more detail that. So, you know, those are links. So now, no further ado, let's look at the title of today's stream. Where is mine? Today's stream is titled Chaos Rain Presents. You hate polygamy, but you share the same, and I mean same, baby daddy. And I have my special guest again, Sankofa Johnson. As you press *61, Sankofa, I'll bring you up on the board. *6, then 1. So let's get this party started. Sankofa, can you hear me?
What's good? What's good, man? What's good, Chaos?
I'm doing well. I'm feeling good. You know, this is a very much triggering conversation. This is something that, you know.
Oh yeah, we're gonna ruffle some feathers, man. You know, I'm Mr. Black Controversy. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Uncomfortable Truth. You know, so you know, I should change my name to Mr. Uncomfortable Truth because a lot of women, or especially our women, don't want to hear it. You know, and yeah, that's why I brought up this topic because there was an argument not too long ago I witnessed where a black woman got mad with her baby daddy for sleeping with her rival, which is another baby mama of his. And my thing is, I'm like, why don't y'all just all be together? Because that's basically what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be no polygamy. I'm not gonna share my man with no other woman, but you're sharing a baby daddy though. Y'all still got the same baby father, so why not be polygamous? You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I just like being with one woman, but at the same time, let's be realistic. They all got the same baby father, but you can't talk them into being polygamous. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you don't need to talk them into laying down with a dude, with a man that's unqualified to be a father that doesn't need to breed. Y'all will lay down with them without question. But when you question about them, hey, what you think about being a sister wife or something like that? That's when they get triggered. I don't know how to. I don't know what's on their mind. Chaos, man, but it makes sense to me, you know what I'm saying? So, because I got, 2 baby mamas, you know what I'm saying? I got an ex-wife and a child, you know, my other kid's mother that live, you know, they live far away, but at the same time, if I had a choice, I would marry both of them because you got to look at the demographics of black men. There's 19.1 million black men in America, and then you got 21 million black women in America. Now let's break it down. You know, so let's look at how many men are incarcerated. Black men are incarcerated, about 10 million. So that already cuts it in half. So you got 9 million black men left. Now let's look at how many black men that are married, maybe about 500,000. That's cutting it down even more. Let's look at how many black men that are down low, about 50,000 to 100,000. That cuts it down even more. You know what I'm saying? So we break all this down. These black women are left with maybe 100,000 black men to choose from. And let's look at how many black men that are over 6 feet, 1%, 1 or 2%. That breaks it down even more. See, they don't realize that they're slim pickings. These women cannot be selfish. Not selfish, but picky when they don't have it. When they don't have that many black men to choose from. So why not be polygamous? Go ahead, G.
Well. Now, you know, me as a man, I don't push or tell people what they should be doing. But if people can go the polygamous route, it's kind of difficult in America because there's no laws really protecting polygamous relationships per se. You're going to have to go under a radar, under the how you say, underground.
Off grid or whatever. Yeah.
With the direction of the status of this relationship, this union, and personally, the only person that could really do polygamy here in certain parts of America, I think Utah, was more Amish state. They engaged in form of polygamy, and I think they put some laws in place for themselves to have more than one wife, a male, because in their mind, they are pretty much white, and they're the ones that, in certain parts of the United States, said I can have more than one wife, and I can marry, and it'll be legalized. You know, legal, not legalized, but when it's a black man, oh no, you better not. You better make sure you keep this one woman. You better keep your thing in your pants. Don't be spreading your seed. Keep your seed in one woman, and eventually, if you have sons, I could take your sons out easy. You know, instead of spreading yourself out. and you know, I laugh and joke in seriousness that, you know, you as a man, if you're gonna go that route, you're gonna have to be really blunt honest with a lot of these women in America. Because the normal or the modern day woman, black woman especially, is not down for you having more than one mate. Sorry, black man. It is what it is. Now the floor is yours, Sankofa.
Yeah, man, you know, you were 100% correct, but but like I said, it goes back to my original point. They don't have a problem sharing the same baby daddy and bragging about, yeah, that's my baby daddy, blah, blah, blah. That's my baby daddy. Blah, blah, blah. You know, that's all you hear. But they get jealous of each other. And then when I look at these dating, say for instance, you know, I ain't gonna mention a popular YouTube dating singles lady, but a lot of women will say, huh?
No, continue.
Okay. Yeah, so they always say that they rather have a man that don't have kids, or they want a man that has a baby mama but they live far away. You know what I'm saying? Why is that? You know what I'm saying? Why is that? And some of them be like, and then when she asks them, well, what number baby mama are you? They be ashamed to answer. I saw that today. You know what I'm saying? She got 5 kids by this one dude, but they got 7 other kids and 3 other baby mamas and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Or 4 other baby mamas. You know, because this dude probably got about 16 kids. I know the man I work for, he got 16 kids and a few baby mamas. That's what I'm saying. That's technically a polygamous relationship in a sense when you look at it. You know what I'm saying? Because all these women are sharing this one guy. So who's really sexually irresponsible when it comes to mating with these men that are unqualified to be husbands or even fathers? You know what I'm saying? They're just spreading their seeds out. And it goes the same for black men. Like, if you're gonna do this, why don't you just get multiple wives? Because when you look at the statistics that I placed earlier, which they might be a little skewed, but because I don't have my notes in front of me, but they're a little bit skewed. But when you look at the end statistics, it's gonna leave still like maybe about 16 million black women single without a husband. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why and I know this might have ruffled some feathers, but for all you baby mamas out there, yes, you are technically in a polygamous relationship. You're single and you're unmarried. That's why I always say, like, I don't agree with black women that have a lot of kids to be dating or trying to date, because you're not going to get no better than your baby father. You know what I'm saying? And then if a man do accept you and your kids or whatever, is he going to be respected? Is he going to be, you know what I'm saying? Is he going to be not worshipped, but, you know what I'm saying, just respected and, you know what I'm saying, and honored in doing that duty? You know what I'm saying? So It's really something to think about. And I'm not here to like really rub your feet. I know I'm controversial, but I hope this makes you think instead of get you triggered. I hope it triggers your thought process and not your emotions. Go ahead, Chaos. That's my point.
The call number for tonight's show is hold on. 717-908-1834, access code 917-324-pound. Y'all know the title, you know the subject. Let me get my mic close to me. Sankofa, in your mind, in today's modern day, do you think, not believe, but do you think the minor or average or wherever status a brother has or a man generally can really today handle and deal with one woman in America today?
Not with the mindset that some of these women have, because let's just say that polygamy is legal, and you know, if that woman is not on that, if that woman does not have a mindset of peace, support, and all that stuff, trying to deal with 7 women at one time, even trying to deal with 2 women at one time, because these dudes are out here playing women, you know what I'm saying? But I heard a lot of dudes, I'm like, man, that be crazy. Man, that whole crazy. With the mindset now, man, they'll stress you out to the point of a stroke, for real. So nah. But I'm saying a lot of our women ain't humble enough to even have that thought process, you know what I'm saying, to even say, it makes sense. Girls, let's get together, let's be with this one man. At least we'll all be married to him. At least we all can say we have a husband, even if it's just marrying that one dude. But if they don't have the thought process, they too busy in their ratchet behavior, you know, and they think it's cute to be somebody. Like I heard a woman say, well, I'm a lot to handle. No, you need to get therapy, okay? A black man does not need to handle you. It shows that you're a child. But yeah, go ahead, bro.
And do you think modern women today would they prefer polygamy? I think that's what they pronounce it. Polygamy. Would they rather have it that they engage with it's just them and 2 men? That way around. I think it's polygamy. Women rather prefer they have polygamy, and the men should not engage in polygamy. From your experience.
Well, I see a lot of women, but it's a small percentage of women that do want the polyamorous, where they have 2 husbands. Those are women that are very hypersexual. You know what I'm saying? But they want polyamorous from a standpoint of they just want to be stimulated over basically building a legacy. See, a lot of times women want to get married over they get married in relationships because men, we want to be respected in a relationship. Women want to be emotionally fed in a relationship. Women don't marry for legacy nowadays. They want to be stimulated. They choose stimulation over substance. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why a woman would want a polyamorous relationship is because she want to be stimulated. You know what I'm saying? She don't care about the legacy or anything else. And that's even with women that just want one husband. You know what I'm saying? They want to be emotionally fed day in and day out. See, when you don't emotionally satisfy a woman, then she can check out. Men, we check out because of disrespect. Women check out because they're not emotionally stimulated anymore. So yeah, from that standpoint, yeah, they'll do polyamory for stimulation, but not legacy. You know.
Well, who can they find a beta male type of man to really be down with? He playing his role while she has another dude that's fulfilling the other side and potentially getting her back blown by the other dude. Who she could facilitate if she really wants to be blunt honest to go that route, polyamorous.
She ain't gonna. I don't know, man, because I don't even know dudes that even move that way. You know what I'm saying? I don't think she'll even in a beta male simp. I don't even think beta male simps, they're way emotional, so they're not gonna go for that. You know what I'm saying? No, but we now should know an alpha male or a sigma male. You know what I'm saying? That archetype is not gonna go. So I don't know what kind of man she's gonna find that moves that way, unless he's just hypersexual himself. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know what man is gonna allow another man to, you know, share a feminine being with. You know, I just don't. I don't know. They have to be like some swingers or something like that. you know.
Yeah. So my thing is this. These women that got baby daddies. My question to ask is to the men that know that they're dealing with women that are single mothers. Why take it and make it more than what it is if, let's say, you're getting the draws? Was it about modern men that has a certain affinity of still, keep around women that have children? That's my other question.
Well, I can answer it from a woman's perspective, but I think with some men that will take on that role. Most of them are single mother raised. You know what I'm saying? They'll take on that stepdaddy role, not knowing that if not analyzing if it's an asset or liability. So when a man just jump into that role where he's getting with a single mother, he's not and he don't analyze and say, hey, is this an asset or a liability? She got 5 kids, and I might have kids myself. So I'm definitely gonna be if I move in with this woman or we move in together, I got 5 miles of feed plus my 2. Then I got to take care of her. So I got to look at my finances. If they don't analyze this and they just jumping in saying, oh, yeah, she's the queen of the earth and all this, those dudes that broke up with her, I'm glad they broke up with her because she's such a queen. Those are beta males. And then once they get caught up and deep into the relationship, they start realizing it's a liability, and that's when it becomes toxic. You know what I'm saying? And so if I do date a single mother, I have to analyze and say, especially if she got really young kids, like 6 and 7, I can deal with a baby mama. I can deal with a single mother. She got like teenagers that want to graduate. You know what I'm saying? The chick I'm talking to right now, she's 45. Her kids are grown. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I always say I don't agree with women trying to date when they got young kids, because that dude is. All men that try to date a woman with young kids, that's a liability. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And I know we're probably gonna have some baby mamas call in. We're gonna work with some fellas, but that's you baby mamas with young kids. Y'all are liabilities. Y'all are not assets. And I yield my mic.
Y'all guys can call up if you want to engage in this conversation. I like to hear from y'all, men, women. And I know this is unusually the channel that I do the call shows, and wherever the playback or the audience, it is what it is. Y'all know it is every late night at around this time. I'll do shows on here on this other platform. But it's good that y'all call and interact and engage in this type of conversation. One thing is this. Baby mamas today, if we want to go there, right? And it kills me. And that if you are a baby mama by choice, let's keep real, no one's forced you to be a mother, a single mother, or whatever, right? That why is it that some of them are seeking out dudes that don't have no children? Is my other question.
Yeah, because black women, single mother culture, man, they're in competition with other women. So when some women do prefer a man, unless they don't want no more kids. Now we're not talking about the ones that don't want no more kids that don't mind it, but for the ones that do have kids but don't want a guy with kids, they're in competition. They want him to be the only man. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, that Disney fairy tale show them that he's a knight in shining armor and all this other stuff. It's Disney. It's that fantasy delusion that these women are caught up in. So that's why you see women on the certain dating app or not dating app, but certain dating show that they have kids by 3 different dudes but don't want a man to have kids. So basically they're saying they won't date themselves. So why should a man date you? You know what I'm saying? If you won't date yourself. They won't date a man with kids. They say that's what they prefer. But like I said, it's a competition thing, I even see it on BLK and some, some of the dating apps. They say they don't want a man with kids, but they taking a picture with a whole basketball team of kids, football team. That don't make sense to me at all. But I think it's a competition thing. They don't want the other baby mama to take from their household, I know my ex-wife was kind of having an issue because I had 2 kids prior to her. She only had 1 child, but he was grown, though. He was like in senior high school. And me and her ended up having a child, but, at the same time, she kind of felt some type of way. about me having kids outside of her, you know, because because every time I went to go get them, she thought I was messing with her and all this other stuff. No, I don't go backwards. But like I said, it's a competition thing.
Okay. Let me think. And I'm drawing a blank. I'll say this. For a lot of women that are still seeking. And one thing I want to ask you familiar with that other content creator, that woman that is taking chaos talking points, that chick with the last digit G? KG?
Yeah, that's the dating show I'm talking about. Yeah, KG, yeah.
You know very interesting with her. She does things in reverse. And what I mean by this is that she is giving and creating an environment for a lot of women to be in the obsolescence and even more in the delusions, you know. And at times she'll laugh at some of the things that is what they want to ask. But really, when I think about that, sweetie, you're not gonna do what KS does. Because he deals with the reality. You know?
Yeah, she tried to tell. Well, she tried to tell the women the truth, but she always say, "Well, I hear other men say." But that's her logic too. That's her thinking too. Like when a lot of those women that come on her show and they say things like that, that's when she go into her Kevin Samuels Bible and basically pull it out. And then we like, okay, you're KG, you're thinking, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you're not telling them that they need to be in shape. You know what I'm saying? Need to analyze. You know what I'm saying? Because she never asked them what they're going to do for the woman. Well, she's starting to ask questions like, what are the flaws that some of these women have? And a lot of these women don't even be listing flaws. They be listing things like, oh, I love hard and all this other stuff. Like, that's a flaw. Like, loving hard, I know loving hard was a flaw. Oh, I give good head. You know, they be saying all kinds of crazy stuff. That's not a flaw. They basically kind of low-key try to basically up-talk themselves when KG asks those questions. But KG needs to start asking the questions. But she do ask, why would a guy be lucky to be with you? And some of them be saying, well, I'm smart and I'm funny and I'm this and I'm that. But she needs to say, hey, those are things that men don't value. Are you submissive? Are you cooperative? Are you agreeable? If you got kids, are you going to make the kids respect him? Can he discipline the kids? You know what I'm saying? And I hate when I hear a lot of women say, no, he ain't got to take care of my kids. I got this. That's cap. Women, let me tell the baby mothers that's out here listening to this podcast, this show. When you got kids, that man is he's not obligated, but he is looked at as the provider. He's gonna take care of your kids, whether he's paying a bill, whether he's paying the mortgage, your rent, or whatever, your car note. All that stuff ties into him taking care of your kids. I hate when women say, "I got my kids, you ain't got to take care of them." So that means that we go out, I'm only gonna pay for mine and your food. I ain't got to pay for this. And if I don't do that, then what? You know what I'm saying? So it's all cap. That's why I try to tell women, get back with your baby daddy. And they get mad at me. They get mad at me for saying that. I know it'll be okay. I ain't getting back with that sorry nigga. He got enough. You laid with him. Did you know he was sorry before you laid down to open your legs? Because women are the gatekeepers of sex. We're the gatekeepers of a relationship. Obviously, he didn't want a relationship with you. And women got to understand this, too. How you present yourself to a man, whether he's going to see you as a relationship, whether it's relationship attraction or sexual attraction. And a lot of you women are hypersexual, black women. Y'all are hypersexual. Y'all are twerking at downtown Dallas at these, well, they're twerking everywhere. But I know we had to pull those women out that was on What's Night. I was on that video. We had to pull them out. You know what I'm saying? We had to pull them out of the damn restaurant. And then they wonder why men don't respect them or they won't accept them and their kids. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's probably why your baby daddy's not with you. I know I probably went off on a different tangent, but this is what comes on her show. KG's show. Women like that. Women that have unrealistic expectations and requirements. And they say a man can't have no kids. Come on, man. I'm going to yield my mic.
All right. I got some caller. Well, I got one caller. So let me open this mic, see who this is. And, you know, this is somewhat open mic. So first caller. All right. First caller, open your mic. May I ask who I'm speaking to?
What up, Gary?
This is JNYC.
All right. What's going on? Yeah, man. Thanks for keeping the lights on Memorial Day weekend. Good show, you know, getting that dialogue going. Yeah, a couple of things real quick. I listened to some of the show. I think, and this is just my opinion. I think that sometimes we box everything up to what we see. I guess a lot of right. So sometimes because we see a lot of certain things, we tend to think that that's everything. I think the internet it could be looked at, as I say in the past, like in two different ways, how you use it, and you can see the good, a lot of good, and you can see a lot of bad, depending on what angle you're looking at or what content is being fed to you. So when we talk about the women, and I'll say like the baby mama stuff, I'll go from the last stuff of women that that have this, or not say entitlement, but they feel that basically that you have to take care of their kids. It becomes you have a portion of women that are like that will say, well, if you're dating me, I come with a package, I come with kids. And at the same time, as you have that, you have men that are willing and unwilling to deal with that. I think there's men that are open to that, not all men, but you have a portion of men are willing to accept that, and they're willing to spend money. Sometimes it's because they're just generous, or obviously they could afford to do it, or as some however they doing. But the point is that you have some that genuinely are generous. You have some that feel like it is an obligation. They're not selfish, and then you do have a portion of men that say, no, that's not my problem. Like that's not my responsibility, or I'm not obligated, or I'm not going to do anything, whether I want to or don't want to, I don't have to, and I'm not. So I think you have both things going on, and then you have this thing about the polygamous thing, right? I think also when you go back to that there is women that are willing to accept that, but then there's women that don't want to accept that. And when you go to what you were saying earlier was that, some women don't want to go back to the husband or ex-husband because of their relationship the way it was. It's much worse for them to get back in a relationship, whether it's with them and the ex-wife. There's women that are not willing to deal with the man, whether it's polygamy or not. So I think that every case is particular cases. Every case is unique. There's similarities in a lot of them, but I think that we're in a time right now, like I said, with the internet as well, because it could be a double-edged sword. But I think the internet is a place where now people more than ever have been getting married. People are connecting more on the internet than they have before. But then they say in relationships that are people separating, that people are more on the computer than what they are in person dealing with each other. So there's a portion of that as well. But I go back to the connectivity. There's people that couldn't connect with people before that they can connect now. You can put your profile up, whether it's the truth or not. You can put up information, misinformation about yourself, and through that, people can analyze and kind of, do an evaluation on what they're looking for, vice versa. So, and again, not that all the information is 100% correct or is true or not. For the most part, you have people that are out there that do put their information and they lay it on the table. There's people out here in the world that don't care and will tell you how it is straight up. You like it or you don't, this is what it is. Then you have people that like to dance around or don't want to tell you this and that. You have that portion too. But I'm saying that as a whole, as this ocean of internet, right? It's, like you go into, literally, like if you go into the ocean, you jump in the ocean, or like they say, there's plenty of fish in the sea. There's different type of fish. You got all type of fish. You got sharks, and then you have all type of different, scavengers, and then you have, like if you go into sharks, there's like different type of sharks. When you go into fish, there's different type of fish. So then when you get deeper into the water, it gets deeper. Different type of stuff. So I look at life like that as well. And again, so when you're dealing with whether it's the world, your life, the internet, going back to the internet, you're digging into a sea, and when you're going through this sea, there's a lot of stuff there that's going to be not good for you, and you're not going to find exactly what you want in one shot. So I would say that life and relationships is the same. It's your journey as you go through, and you're going to have ups and downs, and it's like you're trekking through mountains, walking up and down through rocks, and going through all type of terrain to get to your ultimate goal. And I think that so ultimately, to wrap all this up, which I said a lot, is that there's somebody for everybody out there. So exactly what you're saying, what you're looking for specific, is not going to be 100% perfect, but you can find something that's 80 to 90% of what you're looking for, and possibly close. I think that, again, there's an ocean full of a sea out there for everybody, whether you bring in toxic energy or non-toxic energy. You will find what you're looking for, but you will go through the journey, and, there's going to be bumps in the road, and you're going to find people, and then also in this journey, you're going to find people that you say, damn, you know what, you want to give up. You say, oh, damn, this is the way it is. It's like everybody's like that. No, but this is the journey we go through. So I would say, as we go through our journey, you find different type of personalities, people, but there's somebody for everybody. And I think that you just, got to find your way. And life is like that. I'll leave it there. Good show. I think it's tapping into some things that's happening in real life. And get some women on here, man. Get some women on here to give their perspective. Not all women are going to say the same thing either. Keep doing your thing, Gary. Thank you for keeping the lights on.
Thank you, Jay, NYC. Thank you. Any response to that, Sankofa?
Oh yeah, I want to touch on something when he said it might not be a good idea to go back to the baby father. Yeah, and in some retrospects, because a lot of times women say it could be abusive mentally, emotionally, physically. I don't condone anybody being abused or being mistreated in any way. But some women will leave just because the man cheated. And let's talk about that for a second. A lot of women leave because a man is cheated. Now, it depends on your status, whether a woman, a lot of women we don't realize that women, if a guy's a high status that's making six figures to basically a millionaire, she will put up with a lot more, like DV and all that stuff. She'll put up with it. But if a guy's broke, she won't put up with it. You know what I'm saying? If he's only making $40,000, $50,000 a year, she'll leave quick. But that same guy that was still giving her that abuse, and then he was a six-figure guy plus, and he was able to provide their lifestyle, women will stay. So we can't just say that it's not a good idea because she's been abused, but at the same time, we cannot pull women away from those type of guys because they still enjoy a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Women will put up with abuse if the guys, if the pockets is right, that bag is right. You know what I'm saying? So, and I still stand on it. Like when a woman has young kids, she shouldn't be dating. You know what I'm saying? Jay's right. There's somebody for everybody, but when a woman has kids, you know what I'm saying, she's sharing a baby daddy, you know what I'm saying? Because you could be talking to somebody that's baby mama number 6. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying, once you get into it with the other baby mama on the phone, on Facebook and stuff, now you got to deal with that. How does a man deal with a woman that's competing with other women? You know what I'm saying? And mad about the same dude. She can't truly focus on a man when she's baby mama number 6 with 3 kids by the same guy. And she's basically having a toxic relationship with her baby daddy. Now you got to step in and be her Craig to her Debo. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to be nobody's Craig to their Debo. You know? So single women with kids, stay single until your child gets out of the house. I don't care how old you are. I know JNYC. And also, JNYC, you made a good point, too. The internet has made the world so small. You're connecting on the internet with people from around the world. So it has really shrunk the world. The world went from a massive rock into a small pebble. You know what I'm saying? So But yeah, that's a little science joke, but yeah. So that's what I stand on, man. Because look, they don't, and this is another thing I want to bring up too that JNYC touched on, but correct me if I'm wrong. Why do women want to put standards on a man, a new guy, after she done already broke, or after she done already been ran through, had these baby daddies and stuff like that with these kids? Now, because I had a woman tell me, I'm not having sex till marriage. I'm like, woman, you got 6 kids. You not having sex till marriage. Now you want to think about it? Now it's a standard? That's ridiculous. You're not having sex till you're married after you done had popped out 6 babies? Come on, man. Make it make sense. That's my thoughts, Chaos. I think Chaos,
Hear me, guys?
you might be on. Yeah, okay, we hear you now. Yeah.
Keep talking. I'm doing something right now quickly. I just want to knock it away. Just continue the conversation. Sorry.
Okay. So I wish JNYC was still on. We can basically have a dialogue.
Yeah, I'm here, brother. I'm here. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so JNYC, bit by bit, man. What do you think about women with a bunch of kids that, that's sharing a baby daddy, that's still kind of dealing with them? Do you think that the woman is still kind of dealing with them? Because I heard on KG show when this woman say, yeah, I'm still dealing with my baby daddy, but I'm trying to find a man so I don't have to deal with him no more. Do you think that same woman that's dealing with her baby daddy gonna quit dealing with her baby daddy just because she got a new man?
Most of them no, but there will be a portion that if she's determined and she's gonna disconnect completely, which is very, not rare, but it's not more common than still having some type of connection, right? So whether you in bad terms, but you still have some type of rights, because technically she can't just take off, right, with the kids, right? And there has to be some type of, now you have to, now get the courts involved in the sense of if she leaves, right? And then she goes with some other man and disconnects from that baby father. That happens. But there has to be a legal way to do that, because if not, if the father wants to, is going to be determined, he's going to go and find his child and have a connection. So for the most part, not all the time they're going to just disconnect from them, because they're going to have some type of interaction, whether he's bringing, something for the child, picking up the child, custody, joint custody, things like that. So you don't really disconnect just because you find a man or a woman finds a man or a man finds a woman that he disconnects from the significant other or past. Yeah, that's not on all cases, but yeah, there is times and times that that you will have a woman that she'll find and she will disconnect and disappear. They disappear too. But not all, they just because she met a man, now she's just dealing with, now she got a man, and she's dealing with the father, the baby father, as accordingly to whatever that their agreement is on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. See, that's what kind of makes me afraid of dating women with young kids, because that father's still there, you know what I'm saying? Especially if like I'm in the DFW area, I'm in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I cannot really date nobody in Fort Worth because I pretty much know most of the women out there. I ain't related to all of them because I really grew up in East Texas, but my father's side is from Fort Worth. And, growing up in that hood and stuff like that, it's like I know Junebug, your baby daddy. Why you trying to holler at me? Because I know Junebug can still fuck you if he wanted to. You know what I'm saying? And I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? So that's the dynamic right there when it comes to mothers with kids trying to date. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, JNYC, you made a good point, but I'm not saying nobody don't deserve love, man. But at the same time, women got to understand, because they're going to be busy most of the time. They got to be in mommy mode. They're already working. They're already stressed out. Then they got to come home, feed the kids, help the kids with the homework and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And if they do get a man, they're not going to want to take care of that man. Because, look, men, we, in a relationship, we just want our woman to be cooperative, agreeable, submissive, friendly, and all this other stuff. You're not going to get that from a baby mother. especially a woman that's been through a lot and done been through heartache and stuff. Because black women want us to be leaders. They want us to be in the house, but they don't trust the leadership. That's why black women they don't want to relinquish that control because they don't trust it. And they have been bred by their mamas not to trust it. So what do you think about them not trusting our leadership, even if the man decides to take on that family, that already made family? But they don't. Well, what do you think about them not trusting mankind? I know you've seen it. You're from a big city. You're from the Big Apple. And these women are masculine, but they want a man. They need a man, but they don't trust the leadership. Where do you think they come from? In my opinion, I think it comes from their mama teaching them not to trust a man, even because they didn't trust their man. So what do you think about that?
I mean, that could be part of it. That could be a portion. Because again, I never generalize or box in everything. Everybody's case is different, but you could say there's a portion that will be like that. Their moms or advice from others, and some of it has to do with experience. Their own personal experience. You don't need nobody to tell you what you went through and what you feel from the reaction of what that treatment is. So I mean, you got some that are encouraged by others that they tell, oh, don't be like this, or you shouldn't be be careful, or you should have this, or don't have that. That's one portion, but then there's them that have their own experiences, and some of it has to do also with past experience. So I just say that you got, in anybody, when they have bad relationships in the past and experiences, when you going into a new relationship, you have to be cautious, but then also not so defensive. You have to have like that balance, because you don't want to mess up the relationship you have with that person because you're dwelling on the last relationship. But there's a lot of people that haven't dealt with that trauma. So, it's how you deal with it. You have to deal with certain things. If you want to say get over it or get through it, so you could be able to have a productive relationship, moving forward, that it doesn't, cause conflict with your new relationship that is going to be totally different from the other, and you don't want to damage that because of your past, issues and things like that. So, everything, again, like you said, dealing with a big city, you have certain people that went through this, that, and then everybody has their little unique issue, or certain things that the other one can't talk about because they only went through that uniquely. So, I mean, every case is different, but
JNYC, you there, man? I think you.
Yeah.
Okay,
yep.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying with the numbers, like, you can't box everything up. Everything is case by case. There is a lot of similarities, but there's every case is unique in its own way, where there might be one or two things that might be different from the other, but there's a lot of similarities. But you can't box everything. And moving forward is that you don't want to hinder your new relationship because of past experiences, but then also you want to be cautious. So it's like finding that balance, man. And I think that's with anything in life. It's like, we always struggle to find the balance in everything, so things come out decent. At the end, you get a good result. You don't want to bring your baggage to the relationship, but there's people that have trauma, and they have to deal with that, and they have to address that. And also the other person has to be aware of that too. What kind of stuff they went through, so they can know how to deal with that and move forward. That's it. You back, Gary?
Yeah, I want to get Gary a little bit more time. But yeah, I want to piggyback off of that, man. But from what you said, it's just like a lot of women have been traumatized. Some of them women didn't even go through what they experience, what other people experience. I think sometimes with the older women in this generation, they'll tell these women that ain't been through nothing. Like, they'd be 16 years old, tell like say for instance, my kid's mother. And if I was abusive towards my kid's mother and stuff like that, I feel like my kid's mother would tell my daughter to not trust me because of what I did to her. You know what I'm saying? My daughter ain't experienced nothing with a man. You see what I'm saying? So I think that fear is being taught. You know what I'm saying? I don't think black women are being cautious. I think they're being fearful. But at the same time, their biology is saying you need a man, you need somebody in the house to take care of you and provide for you. But what their mind, it's like they're fighting against their biology because of what they hear. Like you ever hear, like I heard a woman say, well, I don't want to be like my grandmother. Yeah, because you worked and did all this, that means it gives you the right to cheat. I'm sorry, I'm outside, y'all. But yeah, it seems like, women are they try to put themselves in things in situations that they didn't even go through because of what they heard, what happened to Big Mama. You know what I'm saying? Because Papa was cheating, but he was working and providing and protecting for the family. But they thinking that they gonna go through that too because Big Mama went through it. So it's really a fear thing, you know what I'm saying? These women are fearful of relationships, but their biology and their nature is telling them you need a man, get you a man. But they so wrapped up into their thought process of what happened to Big Mama, because they think if they don't work and they stay with a man that do work, they gonna say, well, he feel like he have the right to cheat because he's taking care of everything. That's not why men cheat. Men don't cheat because they are the leaders of the household. That's not the reason why. And I even explained it to her. I said most men cheat because sometimes y'all women can be not all y'all, but some of y'all cannot give good sex, or you know what I'm saying? Because men, we're 90% visual and 10% everything else. That's what women need to understand. Our nature, we're visual, okay? So if you're not visually appealing to that man anymore, and he's trying to, and if he don't communicate that, then he will cheat on you. But if he communicates that with you, and you say, okay, I'll do it, but you're not doing it, then you're being inconsiderate, so that man will cheat. See, women need to understand, men just don't cheat on impulse. You know what I'm saying? We cheat because maybe there's something missing. You know what I'm saying? Just like women, they cheat with emotions. You know what I'm saying? So. Is Chaos back on?
Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I'm here. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Let me see if somebody else raised their hand. I'm sorry, guys.
No
I had
problem.
to take. All right, next caller. Who's this?
I think you just unmuted me again. Go ahead. Check again, Gravity. Somebody else.
All right, I'm almost done, guys. Keep talking, all right?
All right. So, like I said, man, I just want to reiterate, again, I think a lot of the stuff, too, comes from past relationships. A lot of the issues come from bad past relationships that sometimes, we just say in general that we come into relationships and we bring that with us. Past experiences. Of course, you have to be aware. You have to be cautious, sometimes defensive. But, as you get into a relationship, just kind of like it's supposed to ease up a little bit, and, you're supposed to feel comfortable and secure. So, I mean, I think that we're just dealing in a time that, there's a lot of massive stuff happening and all at once, different angles. You got the internet, that again it's a big ocean of a bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then as you go into it, there's stuff coming out of it. And what's coming out of it is a lot of the negative of what's happening. And I think that, I think it's a natural thing that, not us, but in general, controversy and all this, hyper shit, catches the ears and the eyes of people. So all the negativity of what happens versus all the positive. So you have a lot of negative happening, but you have positive happening, but we see a lot of the negative that bears everything that's positive happening. And I think that, I don't know, some people, they're bored to hear people's good relationships. We almost got a toxic mentality. Not everybody, but you have a lot of people out there, again, within the internet, which are human beings. They are on the internet. Let's get that right. They are, when you talk about people that's having good relations, they don't like that because their life is not going so well, or their relationship. So, I mean, it's a lot to deal with, and I just say that again, man. You just got to kind of, construct your life according to, how you can, keep open mind. Always remember there's somebody out there for you. Even if you're a toxic person, you're just gonna have to find another person that'll deal with your toxicity. You know, and so whatever we consider bad or good or whatever, you know, according to different people and what they're willing to deal with and not deal with, that's what I think is the key of everything. So when you're trying to find that person, okay, that you said about polygamy, you got to find a woman that's willing to deal with that, that's willing and open-minded to that. There are women that are open to that, but they're going to have some women that are agreeable about that. They're going to say, well, look, this is what I expect if I'm going to get in this relationship. You got to have this done. Like what Gary was saying. Like a lot of women, some of these dudes, they talk that shit, but they don't got the money to put it up. And not only the money, you got to be able to deal with that. Because a lot of times there's jealousy and envy starts. Because remember, you're one man, and you got to split yourself in 2 or 3. If you give more attention to one than the other, you might cause a thing. If you give one time more than the other, or you cut off time from that one because you're with the other one. Okay, you with both of them. You can't split yourself in half. One could be on one side, the other one could be on the other. You still got one penis. Okay? You give one more attention than the other one gets jealous, vice versa. A lot of men ain't going to be the second. Most men ain't going to want to be the second. Very rare. I think that's where you could say is a small portion of men that's going to be like, yeah, I accept you having another husband, and I'll be the second one or the first or whatever. I don't see that. I'm talking about where everybody sits down like adults. Not talking about, oh, I'm dating or you'd have your man, whatever. You know, I come in whenever. You got your man, no matter. I come here whenever I want. Nah. I'm talking about literally a woman having 2 husbands. You're accepting that. Will you accept that, brother? Let me ask you that. You there?
Guys, I'm here now.
Where's Sankofa?
No, he'll be back.
He's there right now. He's there.
You know what's going on? Sankofa, you there? I
Yeah,
think
you had me muted. Yeah.
Yeah, you know
You
what?
had me muted.
The stupid board is acting up, man. But go ahead.
Yeah. No, I know it happened to me. But so would you accept that? That's what I'm saying. You heard what I said, though, right?
Yeah, I heard everything. Yeah.
All
No,
right,
I
cool.
wouldn't accept
So
nothing like that. No.
give me your thing. Give me your you know, what do you think about that in general?
I just think because women, because of reproduction, number one. You know what I'm saying? I never want to be number 2. I'm always gonna be number 1. So being in a house and I'm a brother husband, that don't even sound right. For one, that don't even sound right. I'm not gonna be a brother husband. Like, you know, sister wives, that sound more better because there's more women than men. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why I was saying, you know, why they shouldn't be, why most women should be okay with polygamy is because even with all the statistics I listed out, there's still going to be like 10 million to 12 million black women that are still going to be single and unmarried. You know what I'm saying? Most of them are undesirable. Not all of them, but most of them are undesirable anyway. So I'm not talking about the undesirable black women. I'm talking about the ones that are desirable. You know what I'm saying? And that wants to be loved and taken care of. But me being a brother husband, nah, man, yeah,
See what I'm saying?
can't do that,
but you said that it sounds good for the woman because a certain situation. Now, some women would say, well, who are you to make that decision for me? Just like who is a woman to tell you that you should accept being a second husband? You understand? So I think that, again, it goes back to particular of what you're looking for, and there's a woman out there that accepts exactly what you're saying. And I want to make that clear. There are people out there, men and women, that will accept certain things. And what you just said, there's a woman out there that's like that. But I think that the whole thing that we get mixed up in general, not you or I, but a lot of other people in general that would say, you know, they get mixed up because of the gumbo of mixture on the internet. You know, oh, well, so just trying to find that right person, because, again, you have people that agree, disagree. Some things they do agree on that. You got to find that one that totally agrees. But then there's, again, a portion that would say, wait a minute, what are you talking about? So, you see, I think it's just a matter of mindset, you know, and what they're agreeable on, and not that they're indoctrinated. How about that? Not a person that was even raised on that they have their own mindset and free mind and say, you know what, I'll live like that. I'm cool with that because I want to live like that and I feel comfortable living like that. And once you find that person, you good. And so there's always somebody for somebody. I'm going to say it again. Even a toxic person could find somebody. It's going to be probably, you know, wild, crazy relationship, toxic as it is, but you can get a relationship. There's somebody out there that will meet your match out there. It's just that we're living in an ocean of, you know, of human beings.
Yeah, you know, like I said, you know, it's just when you look at, like I said, I guess I'm just looking at it from a dynamic statistics point, like the women outnumber men like 20-1, and I'm just looking for black women to win. But you know what I'm saying? But the original topic was they hate polygamy. I hate the thought of it, but they sharing the same man when it comes to children or reproduction. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean,
so in a way,
I think it's because, again, it's a different. Maybe the way you're saying it is not the way you're looking at it. You understand what I'm saying? So you say that
from the stigma of it, yeah.
Right, or
you know,
different
see,
angle.
Everybody thinks polygamy has something to do with just sex. No, it's basically about building a unity. You know what I'm saying? I used to be like, oh, I'm against polygamy. Well, I'm not against it. It just don't work for me. But at the same time, I'm in agreement with polygamy because it builds a family. It builds it builds a village. You know what I'm saying? A family legacy. You know what I'm saying? You keep a legacy, and then you got women there. If you all stay in the same house, you'll be the protector of all those women. Now, we got a lot of black women that's out here that's unprotected. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it from protection, stability, financially, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, everybody, you know what I'm saying, we all can be one unit, family unit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm agree with the traditional family unit. But at the same time, when you got these women out here just like baby mama number 6, 7, like dang, why y'all just don't be in a polygamous relationship? but I see what you're saying. These women are reproducing with guys that are not even husband material, which that boggles my mind too. But yeah, you said a lot of correct things, and I agree with you. But at the same time, I'm looking at it from a family standpoint, a nuclear family standpoint, when it comes to that, because I got 2 baby mamas. You know what I'm saying? So, but if there was a law, I would ask them, hey, let's just all be one family. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't work for me. But if it meant that all 3 of my children would be taken care of and I'll protect both of the women, then yeah, I would do it.
So you could afford to do
but
it.
But that's not gonna happen,
right?
Huh?
You could afford to do it. If you had the choice, you could have them both there. You could take care of both of them, right?
Right.
Now let me ask you a question.
I can afford to do it. Yeah.
Does both?
Are you talking about financially, or are you talking about emotionally?
Both.
Yeah, I believe I can do it.
So has that discussion ever been had?
No, and I know better to even ask that shit.
You see what I'm saying? So, because you see what I'm getting at.
All right.
Let's move
forward. Thank y'all for listening. Make sure you like the stream. Subscribe to the Chaos Man Show, and please leave a comment at the end of this stream. Sankofa. Hold on 1 second. And please, guys, raise your hand. I know that this is one of them touchy subjects. Interact. You know, I haven't really been too much interact, but I asked a few questions, and you know, it facilitates the conversation. Sankofa. I know he was talking about dealing with financially. If you had to deal with women financially in regards to polygamy, what is the I guess the baseline? Let's say if a man wants, let's say, 2 women and a polygamist, does she have to chip in and play her part, or should the man fully provide everything? This is a question I would
Well,
ask.
from my therapist, he's a polygamist, and from my standpoint, he's taking the majority of the financial load when it comes to his, because he's basically paying for the house and all this other stuff. But the women are chipping in with the groceries and other necessities like clothing and stuff like that. So they would be doing the easier job. They would take more of the lighter load. And me as a man, if I was to be a polygamist, I would be taking more of the heavier load. You know, the bigger burdens. The women would take care of the lighter burdens. You know what I'm saying? Like raising the children, homeschooling them, buying them food, clothes, and stuff like that for the house. They would chip in. But what he did, which I thought was genius, he basically invested in their home businesses so they don't have to be out in the world and have to have another man tell them what to do. Because I think a lot of times when our women are going out in these workforces, they're basically submitting to another man. They have to put on their feminine hat when they go to them jobs, but when they come home, that feminine hat go off. It comes off at the door. See what I'm saying? So he's genius. Both his women are feminine, like from what I can see. And I've talked to a couple of them. They're very feminine women. They chip in when it comes for the lighter stuff, dealing with the kids, the clothing, the food, and stuff like that. He's taking care of the external, making money to make sure they all have a roof over their head. That's balance. You know what I'm saying? But like JNYC, that's gonna be far few in between. So that's why I said, brother, hey, JNYC, you was on point, man.
But so what is this saying that your woman is not gonna work and she's not gonna do nothing but sit in her butt, eat bonbons, and maybe take care of the kids? Why is people still? I'm not sure where this is coming from, but the last time I checked in this modern society, a lot of people don't got like that to really facilitate. And let's say our people got it like that. Do you think, not ask or believe, that a man that's doing some things being productive wants a woman like that to be just procrastinating and just don't do nothing but sit in our butt and then just leave luxury and spend all money?
Leisure, yeah, those women of leisure, like I stay away from those type of women. That's why in a polygamous relationship, and I know some religions, what I'm saying, do have where there are women and stuff like that. One of my best buddies is actually probably in the show, but he's just listening. He's a Hebrew Israelite, and some of those Hebrew Israelite camps, they are polygamous, but they have order in their house, and that's one thing. Even though I'm not with the Hebrew Israelite thing, whatever, but I can understand from some of the Hebrew Israelites I do know, their house is structured, and their women do chip in. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to that, you know what I'm saying? So, but the women that want to live a life of leisure, I don't deal with those women. That's why, from what I was told by Hebrews, they vet their women. You know what I'm saying? They get them in that word and they preach to them and tell them what their job is, and that's how you get them, I guess. But me being a non-believer, I ain't gonna be able to get nobody to do that because I don't have anything for them to follow or to even give them a reason to follow me. You know what I'm saying? As far as like religion goes, because we gotta look at it like this: 90% of our black community is religious. So the reason why it's easy for them. Go ahead.
Let's correct it. They're Christians, not religious.
Yeah, Christian. Yeah, but I just say religion because a lot of polygamy is based off of religion. You know what I'm saying? A lot of religious beliefs and stuff like that. So that's why I brought that up. But if you don't give a woman something to follow or like a reason to, as far as that goes, then yes, it's gonna be hard for a person that's a non-believer like me and you know what I'm saying, to even get a woman to do that. But if you have something like for them to go off, like you say, God said it, they're gonna be easy to follow because women are filling up the churches and men are leaving the churches, to be honest. But at the same time, when a man comes at them with like a gospel or the Bible or whatever, the women will be more subjugated to do it versus a guy that don't believe. They won't follow me because they're like, well, what is this for? Like, what am I doing this for? So.
Okay. That's what's up. At times, I don't really follow the Hebrew Israelites like that per se, because a lot of things go around there that's weird personally, and they use the Bible to slam and knock over the side of the head of a lot of women, not like physically but spiritually and with words and stuff to get them in line. And if you're not like how you say this, if you're not a Bible thumper, you won't be easily manipulated. That's as far as I'm gonna say it. But what else?
But yeah, like when we have something like a spiritual system or religion, if the women can be easily convinced of what you're saying by you utilizing their religion. You know what I'm saying? And that's why polygamy will be easier for men that are religious than versus a guy that's non-religious or atheist or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He identifies himself as. But at the same time, a lot of these women don't even follow the Bible as they should because, like I told you earlier, well, a few minutes ago, how a woman said that she won't have sex with me until we're married, and she already got 6 kids. I was like, why all of a sudden are you making it a standard now? Why are y'all now all of a sudden God is in your life? Now all of a sudden you're a Christian. You want to follow the Christian way, but you wasn't following the Christian 6 kids. You wasn't following the Christian doctrine 6 kids ago. You know what I'm saying? And you still want to have hot girl summers and all this other stuff. Come on now. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're religious, then yeah, you can basically convince somebody that's religious or they need something to follow. But I just hate when women try to use religion as an excuse to basically want to create a standard after they done already been down that path of unrighteousness, so.
Well, women in their mind, being on the carousel is good enough, and they feel they could move and act and carry themselves like the men. So it's like this. They want to enjoy their 20s, having such nice casual sex with random men. And, eventually once they get through all the, explosions, lust, the ecstasy, the
And 17% of those marriages, men are down from, I think, 15 to 17% of the marriages where a woman has had a lot of the CC. It fails in divorce because she cannot pair bond.
Yeah.
She cannot pair bond with her husband. You know what I'm saying? Men that has had a lot of sex, we can still get married and we can still pair bond with our woman because women don't understand we imprint you. We're not slut, we're slut makers. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it like that, but it's true. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say I'm the black controversy right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's the Black Controversy Show, really. TRS presents Chaos Reign Productions, Black Controversy. But at the same time, man, I just hate when women try to use religion because they'll say, I'm a woman of God. Oh, wait a minute. Let me back up. Did y'all see that woman on TikTok that basically shamed this guy for asking him, what am I getting out of this if I take on you and your 7 kids? And she was just basically went on to shaming him, talking about he's not a man of God and all this other stuff, talking about he's unintelligent and he's not doing what God sent him out to do. Tell me what God sent that man to want to take care of your kids. I gotta pull that up and send it to you, man. But yeah, she went on, instead of telling the man what is he getting out of it, she went on to shame him, insult him, called him unintelligent, saying that he's not doing God's work. Huh?
Yeah, I know that.
Oh, you seen that video?
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's on TikTok. I gotta find it, but I'm definitely gonna send it to you. This woman got 6 kids, divorced, and this guy said, what is he getting out of it? You know what I'm saying? For taking on another man's kids, and she just went on and started insulting him. Then she started talking about God called him to do that, and he's not doing what God sent him to do. He's unintelligent, this and that. Shame, insult, guilt, needs to be right.
Because
we're not gonna have that woman call, huh?
Because she have she has used her body as a vacuum cleaner for too long, and God bless the children she had. Hope is by not more than 2 dudes, but if you have more than 6 kids, you're gonna have a plethora of gentlemen, shoot up the club. It is what it is, But to find that, when the reality hits them, and they say, see, men must not get too much emotional when you find women express their real deep desires and what they want and their frustrations, because they want the illusion that they still have a shot. No matter how old they get, how they sit in their ways, that they still have one shot to get that one dude that's gonna make them sit on their butts and solve all their problems. And that man is not coming. You know? Matter of fact, most dudes that got their stuff together, and I'm convinced, Sankofa, this is just me. I can see why a lot of young black males today, why their mothers don't prepare their sons enough to be the potential men that they want to see in the future. Because if they got their stuff really together, you prepare your sons well enough, they will not deal with them at all.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that video.
That is their greatest fear. And I had to agree with one brother, I think his name was Res Supreme, he said that. I'd agree with him with that, you know? If you're a young black man and you got your stuff together or you're in a direction path, if she don't get you from the beginning stage, she eventually will not qualify once you get to that so-called finish line. And that's the honest truth.
It's real honest truth, man. But like I said, women are
even to the point where you hear him say about, you know, they should not have them come into existence. It goes back to control. It's not the fear, it's the control. Because they're not really fearing black boys that become black men. Let's stop that. Let's cap that right away. How I know? Because you got a system in place that puts black men today in serious check. Good portion of black men want leisure. If you give them sex, money, and a roof, they will not do nothing else.
Hey, G.
Yeah.
If I send you this video, can you play a snippet of it? Just to the part where she's up.
I'm not sure. Send me something. Send me something. I don't know if
okay.
I'm here.
Yeah, we're gonna. This is fair use. So yeah, just play it from the beginning because
I
this
can't.
Shout out to
I can't do it from phone because I'm on a different device. It's not a phone. I'm streaming.
Oh, okay.
You forgot?
Yeah, you can't copy it? Okay. Yeah, but that's the video I'm talking about. It's a part. This is actually the part 2. I was trying to find part 1, but he plays part 1 and 2 of what she was saying.
This is
so
like 26 minutes.
Yeah. But yeah, she basically
let me see if it is able to be heard on here. I doubt it, but let me see. What's this? You can't be a brother or husband, but will cheat with a married woman. Okay, B1 and C. Interesting. All right, so let me do this.
I'm gonna go on mute, G.
All right, guys. Let me see if y'all guys can hear this, and I cannot. I'm going to use my other device and see if I can hear it. Let me see how it turns out. Okay. All right, so here we go. Let's see if this goes. Fair use, fair use. Okay, I don't think it can be. No, there's no way I'm going to play this. There's no way in play. It's not going to run through this device. These devices. And I'm not going to copy.
Yeah, if I was at home, I would have played it on my other device.
Oh, matter of fact, no. I think I'm able to do this. Wait, hold on. Let me do this. Let me turn this off. I think I'm able to play it. All right, let's see if you guys can hear this.
I found this video. You know what's so unfortunate is that we don't understand how to communicate with one another. Well, I kept trolling, and then I found this video. Life isn't that difficult, but we make it difficult. It's very until I found this video. Stop blocking me and stop running away from me, okay? Stop. Hey, this is Raul. Please act right. Guess who reached out to me? In my last video, I played her mocking black men for wanting women who would serve them a plate of food. She DM'd me on my Facebook page, and this is her comment. Hello, I find it funny that you're constantly trolling my TikTok page to find a narrative that you want to push. If you want real dialogue and a mature conversation, once you hit me up, we can even do a live together. But you need to leave that false narrative alone. Never in any of my videos have I ever stated that I want a man coming into my family and paying for my 4 kids. I'm a very successful woman who makes over 6 figures, has 4 businesses, and don't need a man coming in to do anything. However,
Okay, see that? Sankofa, did you hear that? Hello?
Yeah, I heard a little bit, but it just sounds far in the background.
Well, that's the
It
best.
just sounds very far away.
That's the best it's going to get.
I probably have to
No, let
do
me.
this like no.
in my life, and he's trying to leave my family, that he takes responsibility over my family as well as my kids. So if you have a problem with that, please make sure you post a true narrative. But I figure you're not going to do that because you like to get false followers and likes off fake news and drama. So let's not waste any time. Let's give her exactly what she's asking for. Just like I did in the previous video of her. Let's post a true narrative of her again. First things first, I was not trolling your TikTok channel because I had no idea of your name or your TikTok channel name. I got those 2 videos from someone else who did a commentary on it. And clearly, I'm not the only one who heard you say what you said. You're saying that you never said in any of your videos that you're looking for or needing a man to come into your life and pay for your kids. However, in this video, which was the first I'd ever heard of you, a man asked you, and I quote the video you posted, how does raising and investing in your ex's kids benefit me? He's talking directly to you about your kids. What do I gain from working hard and cashing out on another man's kids? Here's a few seconds of your response. Speak about this.
Do I need to continue?
Yeah, play. Yeah,
Psycho?
yeah. He just talk about what she said. Yeah, continue to play. Yeah.
This type of man
Yeah.
is a value man. He has no purpose, nor does he know who God created him to be for us. To make a comment to say, how does it benefit you to raise somebody else's kid? How does it benefit for you to cash someone else's kid? Shows that you have no emotional intelligence. You have no intellect, okay? So when you carry a mentality as ignorant as cashing out somebody else's kid, it shows that you lack any integrity, any morality. It shows that you're self-centered and possibly narcissistic. It shows many different things. This is why so many families are broken. So did you count them? 8 different insults to this man because he doesn't see a reason that he should spend his hard-earned money on a woman who has kids by another man. Then she says that the reason that families are broken up is because of men like him who don't want to spend his money on somebody else's kids.
I'm not playing no more of this, man.
Yeah, I know. Hey, Dad. Man, I'm gonna send you part 1. I just found part 1. You can watch it on your own. But yeah.
Yeah, I am not watching that. I'm saying if that's what her mentality is, she got problems. You know.
Yeah. Did you see how she tried to use God in the equation?
I mean, she can use God all day, every day, but the biggest question to ask: who's going to really buy in your bullcrap? You get me?
Shame. That's why I'm saying, like, why? Like, and the dude asked the question, what is he getting out of it? Is it going to be an asset or liability? That's why I said earlier in the show, men have to basically understand, like, or have to evaluate instead of just being a simp. Because I've turned down, well, not turned down, but I've been rejected by several women recently for saying, like, for asking a woman, what am I getting out of this raising your kids? Because every time a woman mentions a package deal, I said, okay, yeah, I get that, I understand it. I said, okay, so am I going to be respected and all this other stuff if I check on you and your kids? Well, you ain't got to take care of my kids. And then I bring up that scenario where we're out, huh?
Continue.
I'm going to say, yeah, I bring up that scenario to where it's like, hey, you know, if I'm out with your kids at a restaurant, am I just paying for my food and yours, or am I paying for everybody's food? And they get quiet, and they say, "Well, let me call you back. I got a phone call," and they'll never call back.
No, because
you know why?
It's entitlement. It's like you're not only going to take me, you're going to take whatever baggage I have, and that is wrong. Even to the point when you
But
ask,
then
go ahead.
but they say they strong and independent. They got it. I ain't got to take care of their kids. But when you present them with that scenario, that's when they get quiet, because they realize that shit that they were saying was ridiculous and it was capped.
I don't know about that, man. If they're strong and independent, I don't know if I want to buy that. But let's say they want to roll with that. Then you don't need this man's money. That's not a story. But yeah, if she hang up and don't call you again, that's where it's at, because you asked the real honest question. And see, these are many methods a man could take to eliminate legit time wasters. You know, I mean, men deal with logic. If you ask a logical question, I read it said, well, you don't get nothing, but it's always good that, in God's fate, you're doing this for the betterment of your heart and for the children. Now, if she said that, you have the right to say, well, that's not a good deal. I'll hit you up later, But when you see, you get them in the trick bag when you ask real questions. Women don't want you. This is what it goes back to the community. Do you really want to deal with men with actual logic? Because it seems like the dudes you deal with don't have no brains, no thinking, even when they talk about leadership. To be leadership, you got to have some brains. You got to have some common sense. You got to start questioning everything, and make the hard decisions. This
Exactly.
is why you have to be careful to say, cover. They make their arguments as futile. You made your bed and you line it. You're going to be back in the market with some dudes that will see that you carry these baggage, and you're making them make a harsh decision if they should really deal with you or not, unless it's some nice little fling. But go ahead. Go ahead, Sankofa. Go ahead.
Oh, can you hear me? Okay, yeah, but I don't know why my mute button was acting up. But yeah, man, but see, that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? When you tell them, like, hey, you made all these wrong decisions with these guys, you know what I'm saying, back in your younger days, because a woman, I know this is feeling ruffle some more feathers, but like I said, let it ruffle your fellas, let it ruffle your thought process, not your emotions, okay? Let this sink in, ladies, with children. Your value goes down as you age. Your value goes down when you have kids, because you gave the highest honor you could to a man that didn't even deserve your time. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, we are not liable or obligated to take care of your offspring, your human offspring. However, if I do come in your life and I agree to take care of you and your offspring, there's going to be I'm still going to be the man of the house, okay? I'm gonna run the house as I see fit. It's gonna be under control. It ain't gonna be no disrespect, because first sign of disrespect, if it's not resolved, then a man like me will leave. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I won't date a baby mother, like I said earlier in the show, but at the same time, make it worth my while. Just like when that dude asked that question, what is he getting out of it? You know what I'm saying? Of dating this woman, she went on to insult him instead of saying, well, you're gonna get this, you're gonna get respected, you're gonna get my love, you're gonna get my respect, you're gonna get, you know what I'm saying? The kids are going to respect you. They're going to do what you say. You're going to be the leader of the household. No, she went into insults because she has no answer. No woman has an answer when you ask them what the question, what do they bring to the table? You know what I'm saying? Especially when they are baby mama number 7. So, or even baby mama number 1. So, ladies, if any woman out there in YouTube land, Spotify, wherever you listen to this from, call into the show. Instead of with the shaming language, tell us what can we get from you if you're a baby mother. If we was to date you and you got kids and this and that, what do we get from that? What positive, what make it, it's just like, say for instance, Gary, you go into a pawn shop, right? And you try to give away your Xbox, right? And they say, well, we're only to take this much, right? Don't it make you upset when you don't technically get almost or close to what you paid for it?
You get ripped off.
You're like, dang, man. Yeah, so you pay $300 for the Xbox, but they only gonna give you $150 for it. And that's why I try to tell the women, we're the buyers. The man is the buyers. Y'all are the product. So we're the pawn shop. Y'all are trying to put. And am I right? Wrong? Yeah. So you got kids, your value goes down. Your womb been used, your value goes down. So we the pawn shop. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So how would you sell yourself valuable to a pawn shop if we're the buyers?
Well, they said
You
the
know what I'm saying?
customer is always right.
Yep. That's lack of accountability. Even if they wrong, they still right.
Yes, always. I gotta be right sometimes, all the time. But
I mean, the way
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I would say some of these women coochies need to be pawned. They put their stuff in the pawn shop.
I don't know if I want to say that. Everybody
Nah.
that's at the end of
It needs
they
to
have
be tuned up. It needs to be tuned up a little bit. Need to go to they get a tune up or something like that, oil change or something like that, new alternator, fan belt. But their head gaskets need to be changed out.
Yeah.
I know that's gonna trigger the YouTube algorithm, the TRS algorithm. I know Tyrone probably. Hey Tyrone, I know you probably on the edge of your seat right now, man, gripping the couch.
Anyway.
So somebody got to see it. Tyrone kick my ass.
All right. I think that's it. I'm fresh out. Nothing else to add on to this conversation. I'm pretty much done. And I guess no one else has any hands up that is listening from the clouds. So I guess I take it a lot of the people that's listening in the call lines, I guess agree with somewhat of today's stream. Any opposition that would be vocal, but I don't expect much women come on here and have anything negative to say or what is said for now. But who knows? But other than that, this was a show, another stream, another broadcast on the books. Any other last words or any other things you want to leave for people to think about? Sankofa?
Well, I just say, I want black love to win, you know what I'm saying? I'm off black. Black woman is my first choice. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Passport Bros, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of those brothers got tired quicker than me, you know what I'm saying? But I'm still gonna stand on the front line with the black woman. But she gotta understand she gotta get on our page. Stop thinking that you run shit when you don't really run nothing. And also I want to do a show next week. I'm gonna text it in the comments. I mean in the backstage. But yeah, black women just gotta get on our page, man. If you want to be provided for, protected, and all this other stuff, stop complaining about what we're not doing for you when you basically pushing us away. How can we protect you and love on you and provide for you when you say you don't need us? You constantly say that stuff, then we're gonna believe you. We're gonna be like, okay, bye. But then we get shamed for leaving you alone because you wanted to be left alone, or you said you wanted to be left alone. But like I said, all in all, chaos, man. I'm just ready for this gender war to stop. I'm ready for the black nuclear family to come back the way it used to be. It took a generation to destroy it. Feminism has destroyed black woman's mind, destroyed the black community. It's gonna take a generation for it to get back to where it was. But all I can say is peace and love to the panel, peace and love to Chaos, peace and love to Tyrone, man. Thank you for keeping this show alive. Please like and subscribe, man. Donate to the Cash App. You know what I'm saying? Keep this man keep this going. You know what I'm saying? Even though he probably gonna kick my ass when he see me, but it's all love. And peace and blessings to the panel. Peace and love to JNYC, ABC, GG, everybody with the TRS family. Peace and love.
Yes, indeed. And for all that was listening to tonight's broadcast, thank you for listening in. Please leave a comment on your thoughts and opinions. I will be looking for reading the comments for this one. Another thing, please follow me on the social media links and all pages to follow Chaos Rain Show. They are the following. Follow me on Twitter at Chaos Rain 7. Add me as a friend on Facebook, Eric Rain on Facebook. Follow me on Rumble, C Rain 23. Join the Discord service of the Chaos Marine Show as well. And I think that's pretty much it. And like always, I have the podcast side of things, the audio podcast, that's on the About section of the Chaos Marine Show YouTube page. That's it. Thank y'all for listening. Until next time, take care and good night.
Peace.